New York Therapeutic Community's Stay In Out program recently celebrated the grand opening of their newest facility. The John David Human Services Center is a state-of-the-art facility that marks a highlight in New York Therapeutic Community's 34-year history.
For 35 years of involvement with Stay In Out, this has to be the highlight, without any question. To see this building come to fruition and to recall the ups and downs that we've had for 35 years is really a thrill.
The John David Human Services Center is named for a former client of the program that exemplified rehabilitation and recovery.
John David is a pioneer in the field of rehabilitation and redemption. He was a graduate of the Arthur Kill Staying Out in Prison Treatment Program, and he was the first staff member of Serendipity 1 when it was located at 977 Bedford Avenue. He is somebody that recognized that both rehabilitation and redemption were possible, and he exemplified that in his life. He passed away in 1992. I think the memory of John David and everything that he represented is well served in this building.
Ronald Williams, CEO and founder of New York Therapeutic Communities, says that it is not unusual for him to hire successful graduates of his program onto his staff.
A few of the staff members that you saw, I am extremely proud of, because they also happen to be graduates of this organization. Not just this organization, there are a couple of them that went through our prison program, and then trained outside, and then came back to work for me, and that worked in the previous program, and are now working in this program.
OASAS Commissioner Arlene Gonzalez-Sanchez attended the grand opening and is proud of the unique programs offered by New York Therapeutic Communities.
We are proud to be standing here today honoring New York Therapeutic Communities as one of the cornerstones of the region's services to criminal justice population. How nice it is to be here at this brand new state-of-the-art facility, which is the new home for the staff and clients of Serendipity 1 residential treatment program. This impressive program offers a proven path to ensure that each person will have every opportunity to be successful.
For all of us here who've been for the last 20 years developing and watching this program grow, this is really an extremely prideful moment.
As an organization, you have much to be proud of and a lot to celebrate. Throughout your 34-year history, New York Therapeutic Communities has been a pioneer in addressing the addiction needs of the criminal justice population. Their long-term commitment to this population is exemplary and has set them apart as a national model for the other programs to emulate. They have proven integral to the achievements of so many individuals as they transition back into our community.
To learn more about New York Therapeutic Communities or the John David Human Services Center, visit stayinout.org or call 212-971-6033.
I had the good fortune 35 years ago to meet Ron Williams when I was counsel at the Phoenix House. In fact, Mitch Rosenthal was here this morning, the former director of Phoenix, who had to leave. And for 35 years of involvement with Staying Out, this has to be the highlight, without any question. To see this building come to fruition and to recall the ups and downs that we've had for 35 years is really a thrill. One of the things that I think has helped make staying out what it is the fact that we've had an incredibly devoted board of directors, many of whom have served on the board since its founding 35 years ago. We have two of the other members of the board here today, Dr. Harry Wexler, who I'd like to introduce, and Dr. He just happens to be one of the titans in the drug rehabilitation field, just appointed as a professor at NYU, starting next month, and Dr. Gail Allen, an eminent psychiatrist. And it's really a thrill to be here. I welcome you all, and I think as time goes on, we all get to realize how important the field of rehabilitation is. And people used to say to me as a former prosecutor, they say, how can you as an ex-DA get involved in this kind of thing? And I said, I see it firsthand. I just got finished with a case with a young man who was charged with sale to an undercover, cocaine, facing a very heavy sentence, and we managed to divert him into the DTAP program. And he's had to spend a year at Daytop, which he did, and last week his case was dismissed. So he has a clean record and he can go on with his life. And I see this over and over again, whether you're on the prosecution side or the defense side, of how important rehab is. And every single case that we've had over the 35 years where I see these young men and women turn around and become respected and productive citizens is worth all the time and effort that we put into it. There isn't anything more to say, and I'm delighted that our commissioner is here today, and I welcome you all. Thank you.
I'd like to start off by acknowledging our host, Mr. Williams, President and CEO and founder of the New York Therapeutic Communities and the President of the Board, Mr. Baumgarten, fellow members of the Board, Mr. Wexford and Dr. Allen. Our paths have crossed many years ago, and I was so surprised to see her, so we have to catch up. As well as the Executive Vice President, our own Steve Barma, and everyone else who's here for being here and for helping us celebrate this great day. Additionally, I also want to acknowledge the elected officials who may not be here right now, but they're on their way. Senator Montgomery, who is our guest speaker today, she's really a steadfast and supporter of OASIS. Her advocacy for the criminal justice reform and for children and families is tremendous, and her strong ties to the community is also well known. I also want to acknowledge our Assemblyman. He's a dear friend of mine and colleague, Assemblyman Stephen Simberwitz, who may be here later on, but I just want to publicly acknowledge him now. You know, we really are fortunate, and I have to say I am fortunate to have him as the chairman of the New York State Assembly, you know, who is truly a champion for all of us in the addiction field. He continues to be a leader in making sure that prevention, treatment, and recovery services are available to the people of this great state. And I'm not just saying that, he really, really has been a true partner with me since I started a year ago. So to both of them, I'd like to publicly acknowledge their support and thank them for all their work. Now, as I look around, let me say this is truly an extraordinary new facility, and I've only gotten a little glimpse of it. I am so pleased to have the opportunity to have been able to come myself, because sometimes I make an appointment and then something else happens and I can't come, but I'm really glad that I came. I worked in Brooklyn many moons ago at Downstate and so on and so forth. And coming here, it just brought me back some really great memories. So I'm glad that I was here. I'd like to extend my congratulations to everyone who was involved in this project. I would especially like to recognize Annette Duran, Ken Jackson, Fitz Robertson, and Gail Katzman from the Dormitory Authority of New York State for your partnership in managing this project. Collectively, your professionalism and attention to the details of this 5-year-long project has led to a success in its completion. I would also like to recognize the architects from Worsfeld and Associates, the Fascio Construction Company, and of course, my staff from Capitol, Lori Felter and Jeff Iman, and my field office folks. Come on, stand up. Come on, come on, come on. These are really the guys that make everything happen. Thank you so much. Most of you probably don't know and probably wouldn't care to know, but I'm going to tell you anyway, that this project was completed on schedule and on budget. And that we need to approve. Those of us that have been around, we know what that means, right? Okay, so Oasis is really proud to have partnered with each of you on this building of the new facility. You know, investing Oasis capital budget of $11 million, we are proud to be standing here today honoring New York therapeutic communities as one of the cornerstones of the region's services to criminal justice population. How nice it is to be here at this brand new state-of-the-art facility, which is the new home for the staff and clients of Serendipity One residential treatment program. This impressive program offers a proven path to ensure that each person will have every opportunity to be successful. In June, I had the good fortune to celebrate your 34th anniversary with you. I must say, one of the best parts of my job as commissioner of Oasis is to celebrate the milestones and achievements of the organizations such as New York Therapeutic Communities and graduates of these programs. That's really my milestone. Everything else comes with the job, but this is what I enjoyed the most. You know, as an organization, you have much to be proud of and a lot to celebrate. Throughout your 34-year history, New York Therapeutic Communities has been a pioneer in addressing the addiction needs of the criminal justice population. Their long-term commitment to this population is exemplary and has set them apart as a national model for the other programs to emulate. They have proven integral to the achievements of so many individuals as they transition back into our community. As such, this program has been replicated in Texas, Maryland, Delaware, Ohio, and California. So congratulations, you have a lot to be proud of. For the residents of Serendipity One program, let me say that based on the program's past successes, I know that you will do well in this new facility. I understand there is a state-of-the-art vocational facility which offers computer skills, culinary arts, barber school, and GED classes. This alone is a major improvement in supporting the need of on-site vocational training. Not only do you gain your recovery, but you also receive life skills to obtain a healthy and productive future. I encourage you to make the most of the time you have in the program and to be involved in your recovery. As you well know, recovery takes dedication and hard work. I truly hope you're proud of what you're doing for yourself and your families. Today, we're celebrating with you not just this beautiful new facility, but we're also celebrating you and your journey to recovery. I believe that for individuals to initiate and manage their recovery, it takes a system which focuses on individual care, that is culturally sensitive, includes family and significant others, and is accessible in one's community. Since 1977, New York Therapeutic Communities has been providing quality care to thousands of men and women, helping them overcome substance use disorders. The work that takes place behind the walls of a facility such as this is paramount to the lives of those they serve. If you have been witness to the transformation that takes place when an individual begins their journey to recovery, you understand it is the quality of care provided behind these walls that matters most, and that each individual must be given the patient-centered care they need and deserve. For too long, New Yorkers have struggled to navigate a health system that allows our clients to fall through the cracks. With Governor Cuomo's plan to make better and more effective use of our limited resources, we now have the opportunity to look for ways to improve upon what we have done in the past. Currently at OASIS, we are working collaboratively with the Department of Health and the Office of Mental Health to promote a new system of care that will ensure all New Yorkers are viewed and treated as a whole person, and a system that addresses health, medical, housing, employment, and other related needs. For the first time, we are seeking to break down the barriers that get in the way of truly integrating services for a unified system of care that puts the needs of the patients first. Having said that, I will give you something fresh out of the press. Most of you should go on the web and look at it. The SAGE Commission has submitted their report. I believe it's on the web today. We saw it last week. And there is no immediate recommendation or proposal to integrate OASIS and OMH, but there is a proposal to look at, like deeming, streamlining some of the things, audits and so on and so forth. So just to alleviate, when I say integration of services, is not integration of departments. So I think I need to make that clear, because some of you don't capture that. So anyway, go on the web, you're going to be pleasantly surprised. So each of us has a vested interest in the future of our healthcare system, and I would like to encourage all of you here today to find a way to get involved in this challenging process. Let me close by once again congratulating New York Therapeutic Communities on the opening of this new facility. I sincerely hope that you celebrate another 34 years of success. I am sure this new facility, you will be better positioned to successfully manage some of the opportunities that lie ahead. Each day, as you walk through the doors of this facility, please remember that lives that you will save, the communities you will change, and the new tomorrows you will help others to visualize. Again, it is an honor to be here with all of you today, and I would like to thank you for inviting me and for being part of such a great celebration. Congratulations.
To learn more about New York Therapeutic Communities or the John David Human Services Center, visit stayinout.org or call 212-971-6033.
It really takes a very, very strong partnership from the folks at the OASIS Capital Office, Lori and Jeff, to Annette and Ken and Fitz from the Dormitory Authority, our contractor, Gino Fazio, and of course our architect, Larry Werfel. I see many providers and many friends here in the audience who know what a therapeutic community how it works and what it looks like. And for those of you that don't, it essentially is something that those of us in the field know and feel when you walk into a program. And you feel order, and you feel direction, and you feel hierarchy, and you feel respect, and you feel a lot of affection for what's happening in the program. And I'll tell you what, before we opened in July, this program was a therapeutic community. And I can't say enough about Gino Fazio and his contracting crew that was here that ran this like a therapeutic community even while it was under construction. So I'd like to call up the following 4 people for a special recognition. And we'd like to present you with a small token. I'm going to probably drop it, so I'm not going to take it out. All right, but what you have here, for those of you that can't see in the back, it is a photograph of the front of the building. All right, and it says presented to each of the people that's recognized in your program. This one is for Lori Felter of Oasis for all of your hard work, dedication, and making the John David Human Services Center a success from the NYTC Inc. Staying Out and Serendipity Programs, December 19th, 2011. So I'd like to ask Lori, Annette, Gino, and Larry if they would come up and receive this recognition.
This is Annette's first job, kind of all on her own, and she did an amazing job for us. Larry has been designing buildings for us for years, and they're distinctive, and they are complete, they are workable, and when we've got Larry on a job, we don't have to worry about it. Same thing with Annette. And the Fazio, it's my first time with you guys, but you've done a lot of our work.
Yes, we have.
And I look forward to a long and good relationship with the construction firm.
Thank you.
And personally, I want to say, Mr. Williams and my father were partners for many years. I wish you could be here, Ron, to see
I do too.
what many years later you and I have managed to bring to everybody else at this point. That lifts my heart.
Thank you so much.
Thank you all.
This was a special building and a special team, and the building has a history. It used to be a daycare center. And when we first walked through the building, Ron and Seep and I, and we saw all the problems that existed here, we wondered, okay, what could we achieve? And I think we've really done a lot. This building is both an example and a symbol of rehabilitation, and it's also a symbol of the goals of New York therapeutic communities. And being given a chance and the opportunity to design this building was a privilege for all of us. And we were able to share in a concrete way the dream that Ron Williams has for his organization. And this accomplishment has been a privilege. For the residents, some of which are here, I hope this building expresses the dignity and importance of each of them. That's the message in the design. They are important. They are in an important place and they count. For the community, I hope the building echoes its values and brings beauty to the neighborhood. For the rest of us, the building's message is rehabilitation and regrowth. So thank you for the privilege of designing this structure and the privilege of contributing to the rehabilitation of lives. Thank you.
It's funny, we do a lot of work for a lot of different agencies and a lot of different groups. And the success of a job is a team effort by all the players. And after spending so much time together, I realized that everyone's intent was to do the right thing for the project, and that's really what made it so successful. A lot of times jobs start off where you forgot this and you didn't do that, and becomes very adversarial. We all had a great approach with this project, worked together, any obstacle. And I just want to thank the New York Therapeutic Community, Ron, for the opportunity he gave us to do this, and being able to meet so many great new people and being able to pull off such a beautiful project. And to there's more to just Fazio Construction than me. Mike Walsh is here, who spent a lot of time as project manager. Mike, and I just want to thank working with Larry, so young, Matt, everyone, you guys were great. Thank you.
To learn more about New York Therapeutic Communities or the John David Human Services Center, visit stayinout.org or call 212-971-6033.
Thank you and good morning. This is really for all of us here who've been for the last 20 years developing and watching this program grow. This is really an extremely prideful moment. So I thank you, and thank you, Commissioner, for coming down, and all of the visitors who are here to witness what can be done if we do it right. And so I'm extremely pleased. And another part of that story, which Mr. Williams doesn't know, is that when they were ready to open the Women's Serendipity 2, we had someone from the community who was just up in arms, came to me, this is a terrible thing, can you please stop this, this is not going to work. And I said, I want you to go and visit Serendipity 1 and speak to Ron Williams about it. And when he did that, it went away. The opposition went away. So I used the example of this organization as a means of helping the community to understand that if we do this, we're going to inevitably improve the outlook and the prospects of people being able to come to back home to their community and actually become contributing citizens in a very meaningful way. And I was at Sing Sing about a month ago, and I was there with a number of clergy from the district who I had convinced to come with me. And it was really such an experience that I wish we could have more witnesses even. The people there, the men there that we met with, said to us they had a plan, a proposal, which they said they wanted us to participate in, especially the clergy. They wanted to do some mentoring from the inside. They already have a program, and they would like for us to continue that, extend that to the outside. And their main purpose is to prevent other young people from coming into that situation that they were in. They wanted to give back to the community while they were still inside. So there's a lot of potential. We have so many people who are actually who could be the brain power for communities on the outside, especially as we grapple with some of the difficult issues that we do in communities, especially for young men of color, and that's mostly who's incarcerated. So I view this as an excellent example of how it should be done, and as I try to make sure that my colleagues, I took one of my colleagues with me, and he was so terrified that he was going to be left there. So he was hanging on to the ministers. He doesn't even go to church, but that day he was with them. So little by little, this is an educational process, and you, because of the example being set here and the work that you've done, makes it possible for us to begin to look at this as a policy that we all should be very committed to, because this is the way we're going to save our community. So I thank you. I throw back to you your compliments and commendations, because it's been your example that I've used over and over, and I advocate for more and more, because I know how important it is. So thank you, and thanks to all of the people who make this possible. And the expertise is here. You've figured out how to harness it, and the experts are here to witness it. So now it's just up to us all to circle it and make it part of the state's way of dealing with all of those difficult issues related to drugs, crime, and gangs in our state. So thank you very much.
To learn more about New York Therapeutic Communities or the John David Human Services Center, visit stayinout.org or call 212-971-6033.